Good afternoon from Reading. Apparently this is a quote-unquote fast train passing through platform 12. It's actually a freight train, and this is the 1648 Elizabeth line service to Paddington. But the timetable claims it's Ealing Broadway. This train has 9 carriages, an Elizabeth line service, calling at Twyford, Maidenhead, Taplow, Burnham, Slough, Langley, Iver, West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Ealing Broadway and Paddington. Not all trains from this platform Not all trains from platform 13 are Elizabeth line services. GWR and Cross Country can also serve these platforms. Over there in platform 10 is a GWR Azuma IET Nova 1 Paragon service about to depart for London Paddington, calling at London Paddington only. It may also call at Slough. Travelled all the way here on a GWR Class 387. These trains have great legroom, even though catering is not offered on GWR commuter services. Only on the IET Azuma Nova 1 Paragon services to Swansea. Yeah, I call them that Azuma IET Nova 1 Paragon because it's the same train type that LNER, Lumo, Transpennine Express and Hull trains use. This is the meanwhile, that GWR IET leaves platform 10 non-stop to London Paddington. Brand names: Azuma, LNER, IET, GWR, Nova 1, Transpennine Express, and Paragon Hull trains. That train over in, I think it's platform 7, is a cross-country service from Bournemouth to Manchester or vice versa. Or it could be starting here, about to leave for Manchester. Platform 7 is the 1652 cross-country service to Bournemouth, calling at Basingstoke, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst and Bournemouth. Oh no, what happened there? That train is either non-stop to London Paddington or it's going to be calling at Slough and London Paddington. Platform 9B for the 1648 Great Western Railway service to Oxford, calling at Oxford only. Platform 9 for the 1658 Great Western Railway service to Taunton via Bristol Temple Meads, calling at Didcot Parkway, Swindon, Chippenham, Bath Spa, Bristol Temple Meads, Nelsey and Backwell, Gatton, Wall, Weston Supermare, Highbridge and Burnham, Bridgewater and Taunton. Some ramps for Turbo indicates GWR Class 165 or Class 166. TFL indicates the Elizabeth line. And Cross Country indicates the cross country services. Bournemouth to Manchester, cross country services on the Bournemouth, Reading, Manchester services. Catering is available in cross country first class with the exception of Cardiff Central to Nottingham and Birmingham New Street to Stansted Airport services, as well as Birmingham New Street to Leicester and Nottingham. Anyways, once again, this is the 1648 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington. even though the timetable, even though the information display says Ealing Broadway.
This is the train to Paddington.
Platform 5 is a GWR service to Gatwick Airport via Guildford. Goodbye, GWR Class 800 or 802 bound for London Paddington. Can't really tell the difference unless you see the number on the side. Oh, it's 802 103.
Yeah, good one, sorry. No, I'm with Daddy, yeah?
Can make payments.
We are sitting in the Elizabeth line at Reading Station. We're going back to Paddington and you're meeting up with Uncle Nicholas to go to Me and Daddy. No, we only managed to see one because the others that I phoned, the one guy wasn't answering, so the one I really wanted to see.
This is a GWR service to Didcot Parkway in platform 12.
Sold already.
Calling at Tylerhurst, Pangbourne, Goring and Streatley, Chelsea and Didcot Parkway.
It's basically just like it's just a room. It's like a small thing with a bed. It's got a kitchen
1702
there,
to Plymouth. Please travel in the front 5 carriages for Hungerford.
But if they put a single bed, then they put a desk in.
There's some old First Great Western signs at Twyford.
But Reading itself is very nice.
At some stations it says good service on TfL rail, although it no longer exists. Eventually it'll be changed to Elizabeth Line. The 1648 Elizabeth Line service to Paddington is no longer on there. Next Elizabeth Line train will be the next stopping service along with the Great Western Main Line will be the 1658 Elizabeth Line service to London Paddington. Train doors will be locked shut up to 30 seconds prior to departure.
That's one all of the prices. Every single flight.
Platform 5 for the 1650 Great Western Railway service to Gatwick Airport, calling at Wokingham, Farnborough North, Guildford, Dorking Deepden, Reigate, Redhill and Gatwick Airport. The calling points on the Gatwick services between Gatwick and Reading vary. Doors are now locked, which means we're ready to depart. The calling points on the Reading to Gatwick services vary. All trains call out Wokingham, Farnborough North, Ash, Guildford, Reigate, Redhill and Gatwick Airport. Those travelling on the 1702 to Plymouth, those travelling to Hungerford will have to travel in the front 5 carriages. On the 1702 to Plymouth, cross-country Voyager, aka the train of death, because 10 hours or because it's because it holds a record for the longest ever direct train service in the UK, about 12.5 hours all the way from Aberdeen to Penzance. Right now this Aberdeen to Penzance.
Safety and security. CCTV is in operation on this train.
The Aberdeen to Penzance service goes.
Doesn't authorise. Speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
The Aberdeen to Penzance service now terminates at Plymouth, where passengers wishing to continue to Penzance would have to change. It calls at Dundee, Haymarket, Edinburgh, Dunbar, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Alnmouth, Newcastle, Durham, Darlington, York, Leeds, Wakefield Westgate, Sheffield, Derby, Burton-on-Trent, Birmingham New Street, Cheltenham Spa, Bristol Parkway, Bristol Temple Meads, Taunton, Tiverton Parkway, Exeter St David's, Newton Abbot, Totnes, and Plymouth. If it was to continue to Penzance, which I highly doubt will happen, it would call out Liscard, Bodmin Parkway, Parr, St Austell, Truro, Redroof, Camborne, St Earth, and Penzance from Plymouth. My granddad lives in the Devon countryside near Exeter. I think that might be a GWR service to Worcester Shrub Hill, Worcester Foregate Street, Great Malvern or Hereford via Oxford. Trains often continue beyond Worcester Shrub Hill or Worcester Foregate Street to Great Malvern and or Hereford. Hereford is on the Welsh Marches line between Shrewsbury and Newport. Transport for Wales services to Manchester and Chester. Services to Shrewsbury, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly, also towards Chester and Holyhead. As well as Transport for Wales rail services towards Newport, Cardiff Central, Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath, Swansea, Carmarthen and Milford Haven. Change at Carmarthen for services to Fishguard Harbour or Pembroke Dock. The only GWR IET services that call at Slough are Oxford services, and those continuing towards Worcester, Great Malvern and Hereford. It's been an eventful day on the Elizabeth line. Some brand new stations, Abbey Wood, Woolwich,
Station, Twyford.
Custom House, Canary Wharf, Whitechapel, Liverpool Street, Farringdon and Tottenham Court Road. I will do the Elizabeth line again when Bond Street reopens. When Bond Street opens. Twyford for Wargrave, Shiplake
Marks the gap between the train and
and
the platform.
Henley-on-Thames. Kemble is where the source of the River Thames is located. Twyford for Wargrave, Shiplake, Henley-on-Thames and the Thames Path. Change here for the Henley branch. You can see both old First Great Western signs and brand new GWR signs. GWR dating back to 2015 at the earliest.
Twyford. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Maidenhead.
When I go to Heathrow, I'll settle down and do some aircraft spotting there.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking
This is the train to Paddington.
That train crossing is for Bristol Temple Meads.
Next station, Maidenhead.
No, I'm saying
Change for National Rail Services.
Specifically GWR Services to Thursplat, Cookham, Bourne End and Marlow.
This one.
Go through Reading when I eventually do a GWR journey towards Bristol, Temple Meads, Cardiff Central or Swansea. Maybe Oxford as well. You don't need a first class ticket if you're travelling on the following train operating companies: Thameslink and Great Northern, Gatwick Express, Southern, South Eastern and South Western Railway. Unless the South Western Railway service you're travelling on may have catering, especially services to from Waterloo to Portsmouth, Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth via Southampton. Coach isn't very interesting. I usually prefer I'm more into rail and aviation than I am with coaches and buses. Last year I did all TfL services, but that was before the Elizabeth line reopened. I mean before the Elizabeth line opened to the public for the first time yesterday. I think the signal in this area is rather poor. I'd say this is the only good thing about the LNER Intercity 225. It's the seats in first class. Thankfully, I do have a ticket for the Heathrow Express this time. With Heathrow Express tickets, you can travel on pretty much any train you want. You don't have to travel on a specific train. I think you can use your Oyster card within the Heathrow terminals free of charge. say it's worth doing those very fast journeys, regardless of how long they are. The journeys on the fast trains. GWR to Swansea I could do, definitely. Trains call at Reading, Didcot Parkway, they call at Reading, Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Newport, Cardiff Central, Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath and Swansea. I think the 60
Maidenhead.
speed signs is 60 or 90 for MU. I think that might be for the Elizabeth line trains.
Please have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers.
Or the GWR Class 387. Either the Elizabeth line
Mind the gap between the train and the
or
platform.
GWR, one of the two. Some fast GWR services call at both Twyford and Maidenhead. Change here for the Marlow branch, which has at least one train per hour. One train per hour is also on the Twyford and Henley-on-Thames branches.
Maidenhead. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Taplow.
The Elizabeth line journey videos from earlier are still uploading.
This is the train to Paddington.
The GWR
Next station, Taplow.
The GWR HST sets would have either 7 or 8 carriages. That there must be a GWR service to Cheltenham Spa. Maybe it could be for Swansea. Current time is 17:03. This is carriage 2 of 9 on board this Elizabeth line service to London Paddington, back home to Paddington.
Next station, Taplow.
I can see some planes seeing how Heathrow Airport is close by.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
A flight directly above us was Golf Echo Uniform Yankee Delta as BA97 as BA792 to Gothenburg. There's also Golf Victor India Sierra as BA113 to New York City.
Taplow. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Burnham.
Taking off now is Alpha 7 Bravo Alpha Charlie QR8 25th anniversary retro livery, returning home to Doha. This Elizabeth line train is ready to leave because the doors are now locked.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Burnham.
I can definitely see QR8 returning home to Doha. There is a GWR service to Newbury, I believe, directly above us. That was QR8 returning home to Doha. 1706 British Summer Time or 1606 Coordinated Universal Time. Some train tickets are still rather expensive, even with a discount. Avanti West Coast first class to Liverpool, Manchester or Birmingham, usually £213 for those who don't have a rail card,
Next station, Burnham.
or £149 for those with the 16 to 25 rail card. 16 to 25.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
16 to 25 rail card is £30 for a year or £70 for 3 years. Next train, Burnham. This is Burnham. The train now staying at platform 2 is the 1707 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington, calling at Slough, Langley, Iver, West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Ealing Broadway and London Paddington. This train has 9 carriages. Platform 2 for the 1707 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington. I mean, this station is Elizabeth line only.
This is the train to Paddington.
Or it could be,
Next station, Slough.
maybe it should say 1707 service to 1707 service to London Paddington. Because so far only Elizabeth line services call here.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Slough. Change for National Rail Services.
To Windsor and Eton Central. Taking off from Heathrow Airport right now is Golf Sierra Tango Bravo November as BA 269 to Los Angeles.
Hey guys, there you go.
The freight train is obstructing our view of Golf Sierra Tango Bravo November as it climbs out of Heathrow, bound for Los Angeles as BA 269. Flight duration to Los Angeles.
In one day it's like
Flight duration to Los Angeles is supposed to be at least 10.5 hours.
I mean the center of station West End.
auntie, whom I haven't seen since 2019, now lives in Los Angeles. She used to live in Brighton, but she moved because she found the beach in Brighton a bit too boring and finds Los Angeles more interesting for a beach. I think that train that just passed us was the 17... must have been the GWR service to Oxford, calling at Reading and Oxford. Or it could have been bound for Swansea or Bristol Temple Meads. It was actually bound for Bristol Temple Meads. We raced the Windsor and Eton Central Shuttle into Slough.
Please have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers.
This train will call at Windsor and Eton Central only.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 4 for the 1715 Elizabeth Line service to Reading, calling at Burnham, Taplow, Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading. Platform 4 for the 1715 Elizabeth Line service to Reading. Taking off from Heathrow right now is Sierra X-Ray November Alpha Delta, returning home to Athens as A3603. You also have Golf Echo Uniform Papa Tango as BA1488 to Glasgow.
Slough, this is the train to Paddington. Next station, Langley.
Beware of turbulence from passing trains. Secure push chairs and prams behind the yellow line. Keep back from the platform edge. Passing trains cause air turbulence. I think I'll fly to Glasgow and come back with Avanti West Coast. Or maybe
Next station, Langley.
I'll travel with Lumo up to Edinburgh and come back home to London with British Airways from Edinburgh. I think that face coverings are only mandatory within the airport terminal. As well as on flights. Face coverings are no longer mandatory on the TfL network, let alone train services within the UK. However, you are encouraged to wear a face covering while you can. That there is a GWR service to Bristol Temple Meads or Penzance. Could be for Bristol Temple Meads, Paddington, Plymouth or Penzance. There's usually one train per day to Newquay during the summer weekends. During summer, Cross Country only serves Newquay on summer Saturdays according to National Rail Map. Taking off from Heathrow is Golf Victor Papa Romeo Delta as VS23 to Los Angeles, Virgin Atlantic to Los Angeles.
Next station, Langley.
But it's been a bit challenging. I couldn't find them on the stocks. I'll go through them again. And then I'll just try and via LinkedIn and other ways to try and track them down. The guy
On runway 27 right now is Alpha
Mind the
7
gap between the train and the platform.
is Alpha 7 Alpha Papa Hotel as QR8 about to now returning home to Doha.
and network there. And one of the guys,
Flight duration to Doha is 6 hours.
that guy, JB, that particular guy was listed, his name is mentioned.
At least 6 hours.
So, but I don't think that will happen. That one.
Paddington.
No,
Next station, Iver.
that was the bilingual thank you NHS livery en route to Penzance, I believe. Could be Penzance, could be Plymouth.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Iver.
And you have another A380 taking off right now from Heathrow. It is Alpha 6 Echo Echo Victor EK30 returning home to Dubai.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, a GWR service to Paddington overtakes us, obstructing the view of the A380, which is very difficult to see from here. I can still see it.
Next station, Iver.
Iver.
Yeah.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
No service from platforms 2 or 1. Platform 3 for the 1723 service to Reading.
Yeah.
Calling at Langley, Slough, Burnham, Taplow, Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading. Platform 3 for the 1723 Elizabeth Line service to Reading.
I think you really should just have contact and destination.
Iver. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, West Drayton.
The doors are now locked. This Elizabeth Line train is ready to depart from Paddington. Next stop, West Drayton.
This is the train to Paddington.
How things going? We're still waiting for the release.
Next station, West Drayton.
I'm not too sure how fast the Elizabeth Line trains go into the tunnel, because you don't get any signal in the tunnels, which is a shame compared to the Heathrow tunnels, the tunnels that are in close proximity to Heathrow Airport. I think one of the speed signs said 80 or 50 miles, 50 or 80 miles per hour.
Yeah. So then we only look at.
Our next stop is West Drayton, where Oyster can be accepted, just not GWR Express service to Newbury or Didcot Parkway. Could also be to Cardiff Central, considering that the GWR network
I think it will be really
is electrified up to Cardiff Central, Chippenham and Newbury. Heathrow Airport was already electrified when construction was finished back in 1998. That's when we had services along the Great Western Main Line towards Heathrow Airport. We will shortly be at West Drayton.
So I mean the meeting that was scheduled for yesterday was cancelled. I mean,
Those wishing to travel to Heathrow Airport will have to change
Next station, West Drayton.
Change at Hayes and Harlington for services to Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 and
Mind the gap between the
Heathrow
train
Terminal
and the
5
platform.
and Heathrow Terminal 5.
it's a messy.
Train now departing is an Elizabeth line service to Reading. Platform 3 for the 1746 Elizabeth line service to Platform 3 for the 1736 Elizabeth line service to Reading. Calling at Iver, Langley, Slough, Burnham, Taplow, Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading. This train has 9 carriages. Platform 3 for the 1736 Elizabeth line service to Reading.
West Drayton. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Hayes and Harlington.
Welcome back to the Oyster Zone. As in the zone where Oyster can be used. Maybe I'll use the my Elizabeth line Oyster to Heathrow and try using it within the Heathrow terminals.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Hayes and Harlington. Change for National Rail Services.
To Heathrow Airport, which is specifically Elizabeth line services to Heathrow Airport. If you're travelling on the Gatwick Express, buy a paper ticket or an e-ticket through Southern website, which is only like at least £23 around there. About at least £21.50, because it was about £43 with contactless, which in my opinion is a scam. Or I didn't know how much I was paying until I got home. And it says £43. Hayes and Harlington services to Heathrow Airport, only on the Elizabeth line. Some of GWR's Class 387s were transferred to Heathrow Express
Hayes and Harlington.
to replace the aging Class 332. Unfortunately for them Class 332s,
Change for trains to Heathrow Airport.
they got scrapped. The Class 333, however,
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
remains in service with Northern on electric services within West Yorkshire, leads to Bradford, Forster Square, Skipton and Ilkley, and Ilkley and Bradford, Forster Square to Ilkley and Skipton, occasionally on services from Leeds to Doncaster. I can see that plane up there.
Hayes and Harlington. This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Southall.
India Delta Hotel Delta, Ryanair FR 8475 from a place in France, which is difficult to pronounce, going into Stansted.
Yeah. But I don't want to keep
This
numbers
is the
of
train
stuff
to
my head.
Paddington.
It's sort of played like really below radar. We're still
Next station,
still in process.
Southall. In the interest of safety and security, CCTV is in operation on this train.
Some currently existing flights are now longer as a result of the war in Ukraine.
Okay, two is going up.
And there must be a GWR service to Cardiff Central overtaking a Heathrow Airport bound Elizabeth line service. They're still testing the trains, especially when the Elizabeth line is closed.
Between meetings and stuff, so you might just tell us what the cost is, what the total budget is, so we can. To Thursday.
Next station, Southall.
Oh, I see.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
We're now at Southall. This here is an Elizabeth line service bound for Reading. Not too sure if the Hayes and Harlington Elizabeth line services are still in operation. Maybe they got extended to Heathrow.
So then I think, I think maybe we just sensitize Thursday.
Oh, my phone, it really is hot.
Don't tell her that.
Goodbye, Elizabeth line service. Enjoy your trip to Reading.
Southall. This
Okay,
is
so
the train to Paddington. Next station, Ealing Broadway.
That some guy that pulls it from in.
The doors are not locked just yet. Basically, next stop is Ealing Broadway, our penultimate stop. Change for Central and District lines and National Rail services.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Ealing Broadway.
An old,
Change for Central, District and National Rail Services.
lots of old carriages in this area near Southall. On Twitter I saw some leaked images of Boris Johnson at that party he had during the first lockdown. That photo confirms that he did indeed have a party. Then he claimed it was a work-related event. Hello, GWR Service. Goodbye, 802113, Class 802/0 and /1 operating with GWR, now passing through Hanwell. 802/2 in service with Transpennine Express, and Class 802/3 in service with Hull trains. Class 800/0 and /3 are in service with GWR, while the /1 and /2 are in service with LNER. 801/1 and /2 are in service with LNER only. Class 803 is LNER only, and there is the 1725 Heathrow Express service to Heathrow Terminal 5. Now passing through West Ealing, served by the Elizabeth Line and GWR Services to Greenford. That call at Drayton Green, Castle Bar Park, South Greenford and Greenford. We're now approaching Ealing Broadway, our penultimate
Next
stop.
station, Ealing Broadway.
Ealing Broadway indeed, our penultimate stop. Central and District lines and GWR
Please
Services.
have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers. Mind the gap between the train and the
This
platform.
here is an Elizabeth Line service bound for Maidenhead. There is a Central Line service for Hainault via Newbury Park, and in the background, in the distance I'd say, is a District Line service for Upminster.
Ealing Broadway. This is the train to Paddington.
EMU SDO, which is probably a Class 387. The doors are now locked, and we are ready to leave for Paddington.
This is the train to Paddington. Next station, Paddington. Change for Bakerloo, Circle, District, Hammersmith and City, and National Rail Services.
Also, change for Elizabeth Line services to Abbey Wood, and GWR services to Swansea, to the likes of Bristol, Cardiff, Swansea, Carmarthen, Penzance, Plymouth, Exeter, Oxford, Worcester, Great Malvern and Hereford, as well as the Heathrow Express, which runs every 15 minutes compared to the Gatwick Express and Stansted Express, which run every half an hour. The Gatwick Airport and Gatwick Express service London Victoria, Gatwick Airport and Brighton only stops served. Heathrow Express is London Paddington, now passing through Acton Main Line. As I was saying, Heathrow Express is London Paddington, Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3, and Heathrow Terminal 5. Stansted Express calling points vary. London Liverpool Street, Tottenham Hale, Harlow Town, Bishop Stortford, Stansted Mount Fitchett and Stansted Airport. All trains serve London Liverpool Street, Tottenham Hale and Stansted Airport. I think the Gatwick Express should have 4 trains per hour between London Victoria and Gatwick Airport, only 8 of which, only 2 of which continue to Brighton. Oh wait, that GWR IET has opened nose cone. It's forming a Bristol service. Or it could be bound for Cheltenham Spa, calling at Reading, Didcot Parkway, Swindon, Kemble, Stroud, Stonehouse, Gloucester and Cheltenham Spa. We're now passing the Hitachi area where GWR's IETs are kept. Oh, one of the GWR Class 800s or 802s has a face mask. Avanti removed. That must have been a Cheltenham Spa service or service bound for Exeter, St David's or Paynton. Avanti West Coast have removed the face mask from 390-122 and 390-042. And there is a helicopter. It is registered Golf Tango Victor Hotel Delta, a private owned Aerospatiale AS355 F2. Yeah, I can't read. I think that there is a Cheltenham Spa service. Or maybe it's the once daily GWR service to Carmarthen. We're now approaching Paddington. We're now in the Paddington area. Stranger Things 4 will be out soon. It's supposed to be on Friday, 27th of May. This here is a GWR service for Plymouth. GWR used the Class 800 on services to Bristol, Cardiff, Oxford, Swansea, Carmarthen, Pembroke Dock, summer only, Moreton in Marsh, Worcester, Great Malvern and Hereford, and Class 802 on services to Taunton, Exeter, Paynton, Plymouth, Penzance and Newquay during the summer. And there was a Circle or Hammersmith and City Line service to Plymouth. And look, we have a couple of GWR IETs. One of them is going to form the once daily Carmarthen service, calling at Reading, Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Newport, Cardiff Central, Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath, Swansea, Llanelly, Pembury and Buryport, Kidwilly, Ferryside and Carmarthen. 387139 is about to form the 1755 Heathrow Express service to Heathrow Terminal 5, calling at Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 and Heathrow Terminal 5. Get off the Elizabeth Line train and catch one bound for Heathrow Airport. Excuse me, please. Sorry. This train will be a Elizabeth Line service for Reading in platform 12. Sorry. That is the Elizabeth Line from Reading to London Paddington complete. Time to do London Paddington to Heathrow Terminal 5. We now have 2 Elizabeth Line trains. This train will be the 1749 to Heathrow Central, Terminals 2 and 3.
Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Change at Slough for services to Windsor and Ealing Central.
Anyways, that's it for today's journey all the way from Reading to London Paddington. It has been a fun journey as always, and as always I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care and stay safe everyone. Bye.